yesterday, but there's been a multitude of bugs, and we are trying to sort these out, or have been trying to sort these out for the last good fair few hours. Now, I think I've got most of it sorted, but on the off chance that it isn't, like, there is still, I've not tested this with recordings since standard recording, so if there is any issues with this now, we'll be just doing standard recording for it, and hopefully that'll be more than enough. You won't be as interactive with me for it, but you will get a view of it at least. I did try it earlier, and there are going to be some issues with the whole game anyway, lagging out. At this moment, I'm thinking it may have done the same because I'm looking at something. This is looking for game capture on my screen. It has sort of lagged and crashed immediately. But this is sort of the thing it tends to do at the start of the stream when I'm doing a PC game anyway. So you aren't missing much if you're just tuning in. So it will be sorted soon. Okay. First thing first is actually playing, and I have some sort of screen here to actually see, whereas you guys sort of don't. So just give us a moment because I want to sort this in the background. Hopefully it's quite quick to resolve. The whole thing is not even the launch is the issue. The game is loading. It's just that the actual... it's actually come on now. Well, it's saying it's come on my screen here, but as for you guys, it may not be the same. So... right. There is a bit of lag, I apologise for that, but... there is not much I can do on that, so it is loading up. Okay, so... right. What I can see is two different things, which is sort of annoying me. On my screen on the stream side, I can see what's been displayed across perfectly fine. But on, obviously, my mobile device, which is seeing it from a viewer's perspective, you don't see this at all, which is... I know, it's actually coming through. It's just because my phone is awful. That's fine. That's fine. As long as it's still up and it's still working, it's grand. So we'll get this up on full screen. We'll get this up now. Now I'm not going to mess around with the screens moving up and down because I don't want to tamper going in and out between the stream and this. There is going to be lag as it's loading through. It's not going to be loading through really fast because it's a big game, and obviously I'm streaming and loading a big game, and there's a lot of graphics as well, so there's a fair strain on the computer. Now, as we're loading in, anyone want to take a guess at what characters I might be choosing or going for? Anyone? Oh, that's a nice beautiful concept out there. Succubi, I believe. There's a Mind Flayer with a Yankee. Well, actually more than one, based on the release. And these are the playable characters in the game. The contract, the Succubus, is sort of up to that. Vampire Rogue, yes, there are a lot of things. There's a guy with a living bomb inside him. I apologise for any lag. It is because of the fact that I'm streaming this. I say this is beta stage. This is more like alpha. Now, I'm not running it on top of line PC anyway, so it's not going to be super quality in the sense of it's not going to be super fluid going from screen to screen. It's going to take a little bit of time to load up, and we'll expect a bit of delay, which is fine because we can get most of this design stuff sorted, or decisions. There's no rush for them. Well, I hope there isn't. May make stuff. You think I'm going for a vampire rogue? I'm not playing as one of the main characters. So vampire rogue, guy with white hair, is the one you were on about. There's a Githyanki fighter. There's I believe it's a sorcerer in the back with has a contact with with the demonic realms. And other than that, there's two that I'm not quite sure about. So we're just waiting for the screen to load up at the minute. For me. Right. I just want to make sure that this hasn't done what it did earlier today. So I tested this up and got it up and running, and I could hear music playing, and obviously there was a scream, like say like this. But what happened was in the background there was a error message. Yeah, that's fine. It's going to be a really slow playthrough, so I would not expect anything exciting to happen for the next maybe 50 minutes. Depends how Windows 98 performs, but no, this is Windows 10, but still Windows 10 is not exactly top of the line anymore. It has its own fair share of issues. So, okay, so I've got another game screen there that's loaded up. I will not be able to see your comments. Oh wow, that was sort of whoa. Right, is this sorted itself out? Calm down, calm down. Okay, so it's loading up the main screen anyway. So as much as I apologise if it is laggy as hell and you may have to jump back onto the stream and go off and on a couple of times, there's not much I can do on this in the sense of it's alpha. It's also not top of the line gaming PC. It's a great PC, don't get me wrong, top of the line. It's somewhere like mid-high tier, so which is, and this is, I'd say, a game that's going to require like an upgrade from those PCs anyway. So by the time this comes in release, should have. I feel like I'm going to sneeze in a minute. You should have obviously the top of the line or the next gen. Oh, well, the bare minimum requirements for this, but at the moment the requirements are going to jump and jump and jump up because of the fact that it's a very big game, and bear in mind these are also not even like the best graphics on this game. This is just sort of semi to low graphics just to help it run smoother, but at the same time I've got a feeling that please tell me that it hasn't just crashed on the wrong thing. Okay, I'll try this, because I'm hoping you can see a Baldur's Gate other menu than the one I'm seeing. Right, let's have a try. Okay, you can actually see the normal screen, I can see, that's great. Obviously you can't see the Baldur's Gate upper logo, I apologise for that. Oh! I just heard the sound of an error code. That is not good. Click here. Let's see if that sorts it out. I've got a feeling that this is the death demon code. At the moment, there's a fair few people that want to play this. They've like invested into it, and they're waiting for patches for it to become more compatible and playable for a few more consoles, or as well as a few more computers. Let's just say it at that. But I'm hoping that was just my Windows Defender going a public device, or do you want to play this on a private device, rather than go no. If not, I have got an alternative game sorted out for a stream, and honestly it will run super smooth in comparison to this, which is why I'm just going to root it out. Because on the off chance this doesn't work whilst it's loading onto the next bit, I would rather get that game out as a prep. I was thinking of putting The Witcher on, but nah. I'm talking something even older than The Witcher. Something from the 90s. I think it's the 90s. Sweet. Let's have a look. Yep, 1997. So, there's your clue. As well as like the clue from last night. It has something to do with the squits, 1997. Not a new game. Not many people will stream it. Very retro. Very funny. A bit like the game of life. And they're all your clues. At the same time, I'm just going to grab a drink because this ain't going to be moving anywhere yet, because it's waiting for that code to come through. Right. I have the sneaky suspicion, the funniest and greatest suspicion, that this is not going to be compatible, playable for me, specifically to stream and play. That is disappointing. But I can always record it. I'm hoping that there was an error code in the back, which is now, because for me it's saying press any key to continue, but it's crashed. It is a bit slow, don't get me wrong, but there is a limit on its slowness. And usually when you hear a specific ding, I know it's crashed. But funnily enough, the code is not there. So it's either a stream related thing, which is apparently running smooth as hell. Task Manager, let's have a look. Good old faithful Task Manager. Okay, Baldur's Gate 3 running. Streamlabs running. Okay, that's both running fine. So what is the issue with you today? Okay, you are stuck on this menu. Okay, this did not happen last time, so press any key to continue. Obviously, none of it responded, so damn. Okay, let's have a look. The gamer has encountered an unrecoverable DirectX error and has to shut down. This error may be triggered by reasons that are not related to Baldur's Gate. Please disable the screen recording software you may be running in the background. Please ensure that all Windows updates are installed. Make sure your graphics card is the latest graphics card is installed. So, out of two of those, the only thing I can think of is to do with specifically videoing and recording might be a bit of an issue. However, I will try again, and if that does not work, I'll be cutting the stream for like 5-10 minutes just so I can put the other thing on, because I have to install it. The good thing about this other little game that I was having as a replacement is that it's really easy to install. So you may have compatibility issues for installing this game, but it's family friendly, and it's it's worth investing in. It's probably only going to be about £1 now. And I would have loved it if it went to console, if there was a competitive element with friends, just a bit of a muck around, sandbox mode. Number 2 would have been good, but unless there is one, I'm not familiar. But yeah, this is like obviously compatible. This is a specific one made for like 10 and Vista anyway, so it's like a remake. Yeah, it's a remake or a remaster of the same game. So let's have a look. Okay. Right. This will be a moment for it to load up. Shouldn't be as slow as last time. I'm hoping that it's purely based on the fact that graphics is just not having it. I might actually just lower the graphics even more, just to see if that helps with the whole process. Depending if it lets me through the main menu. If not, I'll have to just cancel recording for this, try and alter it, maybe restart it, or just simply put, just put this other one on for an alternative. Could have actually, I could have put that other game on. That would have been a nice game for people to play from 2004. Unreal Tournament. Ooh, would have been a good one, but wasn't that? Sadly, wasn't that. Yeah, got it loaded up. So let's get this sorted. Passives can be found. Yep. So as far as characters that I'm going to go for in this game, I'm thinking of a rogue, and merely because I'm more aligned that way anyway, with the whole unlawful attribute. I wouldn't say unlawful evil, but yeah, unlawful definitely in the game. It's more of how I've played sort of RPGs, so I have that sort of element. And I will try and load it up on my stream at the same time. Half the time, because I can't be doing this on not necessarily on my phone as well as this. I can't be looking at the stream and all the settings and stuff. So if it starts lowering quality or anything else, I apologise, but there's just nothing I can do at the moment. It's not a dual screen monitor yet. That's probably going to be a Christmas upgrade. Might be sooner if I find some work, but yeah. Ideally, I want to invest in a proper setup and then I can relax a bit more rather than scrunched up in this corner whilst playing. So, some lovely cutscenes, but I want to get to the main menu. Right. What I'm going to do, though, as soon as we go onto this main menu, is lower the graphics down. Just see if that eases it out. It hasn't caused an issue yet, but yet being the operative word. So if there's going to be any issues for loading, it'll be around about now because of the exchange, the animations and the frame rate. So at the minute it's already cutting out on the music, so I already can hear it struggling. Okay. Press any key to continue, right? We got past this part. That's the good thing, we got past this part even though it's lagging. So ideally what we're trying to press up is up in this corner here, the options, so we can lower the video quality. It will quickly refresh it, but it won't be too much of an issue. But we have to give it time to load in and do that. because obviously we don't want to like go too fast and fry the computer. I'm still waiting for it to load a couple of things in. Now I've had a look at the higher end of the graphics anyway, earlier today, and if I had to say how comparable they are, I'd say Lara Croft, sort of Rise of the Tomb Raider, sort of like rocky terrain sort of aspects. At the moment, like, what you're probably seeing is not the same as what I'm seeing, so it's more on the low end resolution side, but it's kind of cool. So to get this sorted, we're going to get out a video. Bit by bit. We don't want to over-use something like this. It's the graphics settings down for like pretty much it's playable. It doesn't affect the cutscenes too much, and the cutscenes aren't really an issue anyway. So right, we got it. We'll lower this down. Overall quality. Let's lower it down. We'll just put it on very low for the time being, so it has, since we're streaming, it's not going to be as problematic constraining the CPU with all its resources. So, graphics card specifically. So, this should start to smooth out, but still. Right. So yeah, you can see that as you just change the texture,